Hello and welcome. Tug of War Mad Moon is live. We are going to have a fabulous day with Dota 2. We're not going to have a panel, by the way.
No panel, just
no panel. Just me and Liz here. And are you ready to cast with me?
Are you ready? That's the question.
I practiced a bit. You know,
I'm ready.
I'm ready for this.
We have such a good couple of games as well in front. Well, maybe 3. We'll see.
I think it's going to be 2 games, but I think the most important thing, this tournament here has got so many crazy stories going into it, and we're going to start it off with a beautiful story because we're having 2 captains. Like, I think you can call Danny the captain, right?
He is
the captain. He's the owner. He's the founder on one side of B8, and then on the other side, captain, owner, founder of Team Secret. And these 2 guys have played 4 internationals together. 3 of them made it to the finals, and you know it's really cool to see them play against each other here.
It's cool to see them play against each other because they aren't really in any bad spirits between. There aren't any bad spirits between them, right?
Yeah.
They're cool. They like each other.
Super happy.
Yeah. Remember that scene when Dandy was Pudge and Puppy? I still have that picture when Puppy sees him. It's so
you know what? I think he might have. I think he knew that Dandy was going to be there, or at least he expected it. But you can still see, like, just. I think you call it.
He did this.
I think you call it glee. Like, you could see it, you know, you could feel it, and that is really, really heartwarming. Now, that is a heartwarming story, seeing them up against each other. But Lizard, there is a little bit of a thing tipping the scales. There's on one side it's a major champion, top 4 TI, and on the other side it's B8 who has not made it out of open qualifiers in the CIS.
Yeah, they didn't even qualify for this tournament, actually.
No, they got
invited. They got invited, which is... It's fair.
No. They're here as a replacement for Navi, who won the reshuffle madness.
Yeah, that's true.
And then Navi, I think it was pretty last minute that they said, wait a second, we made it to the major, so we're gonna actually not do that, and we're gonna focus on that instead. And B8 was like, sure, an event in Kiev. Kuroki is playing here. Poppy's playing here. Now Danny's playing here too. I love it. And
I think Host is also here as an analyst for the Russian side. So
where's Artstyle?
I don't know about Artstyle, but if he is here, we will have full Navi.
Yeah.
We'll have a full Navi line.
Yeah. I mean, we could get Arsart instead of Artstyle. That would also be a full Navi. A little bit. All right, so we are in the draft. We have Secret, and they opened with a Bat Rider Monkey King, and we have B8 with the Omni Knight and the Puck. And which one do you like first? Which one like better?
Obviously, Team Secret open up with the Monkey King. They've been doing that in the major as well. We asked Matumba, why are you opening with Monkey? And he's like, because I keep on smashing with this monkey thing. Like, it doesn't matter when you give this monkey to me, I will still be winning. And they cover it also with Bat Rider. This Bat most likely will be your support, position 5 perhaps. Yeah. But it's a really good cover.
I mean, that will be your position 5.
It should be.
The Chen coming out.
It should be your position 5. Yapster can play it, but most likely it's Puppy.
Yes, it's one of his signature heroes. If you're gonna go back to the old days of Navi, Puppy was playing Chen, Enchantress, and Enigma. Those 3.
Yeah.
And that's a signature hero. I think there's a stat out there. If you look at player hero duos, I think Ake is number 1 with Chen, but Puppy is, I believe, 2nd.
All of these old school captains and old school position 5s and 4s played so much Chen and Enchantress because that was the hero to go to, right?
Yep.
You pick your position 5 Chen, your position 4 gets a Rubik, you just rotate across the map, makes so much space, and that will be most likely what Team Secret is looking to do. They will be very active. By the way, in this second band that you can't see,
the one there,
right here, yeah, right there. Right.
Yeah.
Right there.
Right there.
That's Spitfire.
Snapfire.
Snapfire.
Close enough.
Close enough.
We're gonna probably see Snapfire ban a whole bunch. Her ultimate is just a little bit too strong. I'm actually excited to see Oracle on the first phase banned. I think Oracle and every saving support is gonna play a massive role this tournament. But, I mean, Oracle is then going to get banned, but I'm curious what heroes are going to replace Oracle. We already see the Vengeful Spirit, saving support. Omni Knight saving offlaner. So I'm thinking sustain and saves are going to be super important this tournament. We see it on both sides already.
Yeah, we see a Chen on one side, you said it, then Omni Knight and Vengeful on the other. Plus, with the Troll, there's a lot of potential for this Troll to just roll out of control, to just zoom in these team fights and take everyone down. But also, Batrider picks makes a lot of sense when you see the Oracle ban, right? That's also one of the reasons why Team Secret snatched it so early. Now we have a Legion commander, which still does make me think that this Batrider might still be your position 4 or 5, yeah. Yapsur did play it quite well on that 4.
We actually also had, it was Alliance doing it where Limp was playing the Batrider for them. So, I don't know, maybe, you know, Nisha playing something else, maybe Zai playing, Zai's probably playing Legion. I think that's pretty safe.
Most likely Zai will be the Legion. Now, Batrider, like you just said, can be still your mid. Usually, when have we seen this Batrider mid? That's versus Templar Assassins, versus these heroes that really suffer versus bats, such as Monkey King as well. It is possible to play it against Puck, if Puck is mid, but there's also a possibility for Bait to just not put Puck mid. That's also an option.
Let's talk a little bit more about B8 and what their plan is here, because obviously the organization is new, but the players are not. We know a lot of them. I think the most unknown name is Pio. And Pio, actually, he's not that unknown at all. You have heard of him. You have probably watched him play as well. He used to be on, well, now Force Gentleman for like 2 years straight or something like that.
Yeah, he was on that. I think he was with Nemiga as well. These CIS Tier 2, Tier 3 stacks that kind of do it well in the qualifiers, but never really qualify, never really do too well. But Pio in the scene has been around for a while.
Yes, he has.
He's very skilled, especially in the pubs. He's a little bit better than in the competitive scene, though.
And I know we're gonna probably talk about the current CIS drama scenario over the next couple of days, but B8 is somewhere involved there too, because I have it on with a pretty reliable source that Pio, a great player, but he was not initially supposed to be on B8. It was actually apparently Kuman.
Yeah.
And I mean that, you know, we'll talk about that more, and we'll see what we can figure out as well. But so he basically has a chance here to basically show that he is, you know, he has what it takes to be on a top tier team.
Definitely. Bait, they have to prove themselves, though. Still,
You call him Bait rather than B8?
B8, Bait, B8. All right,
B8.
B8. I think
so.
I think we can't really call them a top tier team just yet, right? They've been created recently.
Yeah, and they didn't make it out of Open qualifiers, but they have been super active on social media, even after they got knocked out, knowing that they didn't have a chance for this minor or major anymore. They're like, doesn't matter.
Listen, Shiver,
we're gonna continue playing.
You can't be sad in this team.
No.
Like, you have LeBron there. Like, people don't talk a lot about him. He's a Serbian player. He played with Dandy in Navi before. He's very skilled as a player, but most importantly, the spirits that he brings to the team, it's crazy. It's like No-Tail with everyone that played with him. I don't think I ever played with him in the same stack, but all the teammates that I had before that have played with him always say the same thing. He's super cheerful, lifts the spirits. Yeah. I think that's really important to have. And this team has plenty full of that. Yeah,
they really do. So regardless of how they do, they'll have fun with each other. And they'll have fun with the centaur there too. So actually, I thought it was going to be an Omni Knight on the off lane, but what do you feel is going to happen here with the centaur last pick?
That's very interesting. This centaur should be your offlane on Ghost Stick, right?
Yeah.
The Puck will be mid, and then this Omni Knight perhaps will be your saving grace versus the Batrider. Also, it's pretty good versus the Legion commander. All you have to do is use Heavenly's Grace, use ulti on Omni Knight. We'll see. Doesn't necessarily have to be the case. You still have a chance to put Vengeful on your support and then Puck position 4. That's also a possibility.
A lot of options.
Yeah, a lot of options for them.
And they could just wait for the last pick of Secret to decide what they're going to do. They have the OD mid for Nisha.
It's good versus the Troll. At the same time, Puck versus OD does fairly well, so I suspect Dandy will be playing that Puck mid.
Yeah, look at all these saves, by the way. The OD already, obviously, one of the cores with the save, you got Legion with the save. The only one, like, there's 3 heroes with saves on the side of Secret. And actually, B8, I think, can you call Troll's ultimate, his own save? I don't think so actually, but 3 saves and also on the side of B8. It's crazy. We're gonna have a lot of engagement and disengagement.
Yeah.
It sounds very vague, but it's like let's fight and then wait, not fight, and then both teams should be able to get out now. There'll be a lot of strategical movements, I hope.
I think we've seen that even in the major quite a lot, even in the qualifiers quite a lot. Like these heroes such as OD, like, you buy that agonyms, you have charges on your imprisonment. Suddenly you can just set up the fight the way you want it to. You can disengage, you can engage, like you just said.
Yep.
If some gank happens mid and you fail that gank, he puts 2 of you under. There's 1 TP and it suddenly turns completely. Also, it's pretty good versus Centaur as well. OD is one of those heroes that doesn't care about Centaur being tanky because he will just hit him.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. Also, is good versus the Stampede.
You kind of, you want to always build a BKB against OD, but if you are on B8, the only one that really wants to build a BKB themselves is Troll, like you want one regardless. But Centaur, he might be forced to buy one.
Yep.
And so might whichever other hero they have as a core, which is probably Puck. But it will be interesting. They'll be forced to buy that. It will be an interesting game. Once again, though, I mean, if you're having a David versus Goliath, matchup, which is basically what we have here, is this Pebble that Dave is gonna throw to Goliath, is that strong enough?
I'm not so sold on this Troll pick.
Okay.
To make it really that Pebble, right? I don't know how valuable that of a pick is for them, but we'll see. They definitely have some options. You have this Puck plus Vengeful. You have ways of breaking that Dream Coil on your own, which is always really handy when you're playing a Puck, but it's secret, man. This is a Goliath.
Like, welcome to the LAN tournament. Your first opponent, toughest one in the LANs.
These are 5 Goliaths on the side.
Yes. It should be interesting. Of course, we are in the group stages, by the way. 4 teams per group. Of each group, the bottom team gets eliminated, top team to the upper bracket, middle 2 teams to the lower bracket. So B8, even though they're up against the Goliath in this match, there's the results. They'll just have to play in a lower bracket match. The groups are like GSL style groups, so you've got like a mini double elimination bracket, if you will. And let's see what we got then. So on this bottom lane, we already got Puppy on his Chen, trying to get a rune. It's going to be a 3 versus 2 if they want to try and do something. Monkey King, of course, here hanging out as well, but it looks like B8 will just take 2 runes and 2 runes.
I'm wondering if they'll start here as a tri-lane, because you can see that Omni Knight is your position 5. If you tri-lane the Monkey King early on, you can really stop his progression. But if he gets enough space, he gets that level 3, level 2 Jingu Mastery, suddenly it's not really easy to lane against him. But Troll is definitely one of those heroes that can do well. You have Whirling Axes. Should be fine. Should
be good. That does also mean that Yapster is going to have a little bit of extra space because that Centaur is by himself. And he is, he's going to have, Yapster is going to have free reign while this tri-lane is still active. Can you feel like Puppy is good enough to push out a 3-lane, or at least, make sure that his Monkey King is going to be safe to farm?
Well, Chen right now is really strong, and Puppy is a very good Chen player, but versus a tri-lane, it shouldn't be that easy for him.
It will be a tough one. How about this mid lane then? Because we got ourselves an OD. He's up against the Dendi Puck. Nisha versus Dendi. Who comes out ahead?
This should be a Puck favorite matchup. Before, at least, it was. With a couple of recent changes to the OD, perhaps it's not as favored for Puck, but I think if Dendi plays his cards right, he should be still the one that comes out ahead.
Yeah, and then top lane, we already see Ghosty getting harassed quite a bit. One of the waves was taken by Yapster to be farmed behind the tower, and that means the Ghosty just takes a little bit of extra hits from all those creeps, and it's actually, he's sitting on fairly low health. I think that's one of those lanes where nobody should die, but probably someone will because of that.
I think
is that a fair way to say it?
If they overstay their welcome, like Zai loves to do, he loves to feed. It's Zai, right? He likes to bring attention.
Create space.
Exactly. And he also has a Batrider here. So once Yapsor decides to go in and help him, I think they have kill potential.
Yeah, we do have the Omni Knight rotating away from this bottom lane. He is on his way top. LeBron will see if he can help out Ghostic a little bit. Did Monkey King get shut down? Answer, no. Matuma Man is doing quite fine, quite okay rather on the last hit. 8 for 0, maybe not, incredibly well, but he's not well, he's still out farming Troll. He's not doing bad.
It's Matumba, man. After all,
Sure.
he's doing really well. He has obviously the auras from Puppy as well, the headdress and his aura helping him out a little bit. And the way they're playing this lane mechanically is just perfect. The way they've pulled, the way they just messed with the equilibrium of the lane is on point.
Where do you feel like this first blood is going to happen? It's, you know... oh, never mind. I think we might have our answer. Zai is going to try to give him the old runaway. Yeah. And he successfully does so.
He has to be careful. Ghostic with his retaliate charges is definitely a fearsome foe on this lane. One of the things is, a Ghostic as a Centaur is a really, really capable player. And he's been around for long enough for many teams to notice him. I'm surprised he didn't go out of the CIS so far, as I know for a fact that a couple of Western teams have reached out to him.
Yeah, solid player for sure. And so far it seems both teams are kind of okay with the way things are going. At least, you know, no real super... Oh, maybe that's an aggressive movement with the Invis rune on Yapsor, though, going towards that bottom lane. On the top lane, though, Zai, I mean, he's wasting two people's time right now.
He really needs to make a mistake to die on top. Like, that has to be a mistake from him, because they, like, if you look at Bait or BA, they don't truly have these heroes that rotate too well. Vengeful with the stun perhaps could help out, but Omni Knight, if he comes up to you, you just run away.
Yeah, the flame break back, and this Troll is definitely in trouble. First blood goes to Matuma Man, and the Troll that you started the game off wanting to shut down, you just gave him a lot of gold.
Yeah. That tri lane, obviously, the moment Monkey King gets up ahead and he gets a couple of levels, he's just way too strong for you to deal with, especially with Yapsor rotating like that with that Invis rune. It was perfect.
In the meantime, on the top lane, Puck is doing quite okay. I think this is a bit of a wash, though, in terms of lanes. Maybe the difference is going to be made by this Vengeful Spirit. Defensive imprisonment coming out. There will be a stun. There is also Yapsor close by, though. But is that enough to save this Nisha OD? It looks like it might just be the case. And Yapsor, he's turning this around. He is going to get the kill instead, saving his mid. And now he will actually also just take some extra experience on that lane, while OD probably just walks back to base. You know, that is some top-tier movement right there.
That's top-tier from Nisha, because he understands that all he needs to do for himself is buy time.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he used that Astral just to buy himself time, or he was thinking that maybe the projectile, the stun, was coming in. But in any case, it was a good play. Top lane, though. There we go. Speaking of Zai before and what he likes to do.
But if Zai dies, I normally am okay with that, because there's normally a lot of people rotating to try and kill him. This was just a one-on-one, so it actually did not do anything.
Yeah, that's sad a little bit. He's giving Ghostic. Well, that's very, very generous to Ghostic. That is giving that solo experience. He's gonna enjoy.
Hey guys,
sure.
you need it, you know. Helping out there. In the meantime, on this bottom lane, once again, at what point are you going to rotate this Troll to the top lane? Because even though, you know, he's only died the once, and
his CS.
His CS is just a little bit sad. You kind of want him fat, right?
You definitely want this Troll to have a good time. The same thing you want for Monkey. I think it's a little bit easier for BA to have a Troll that isn't as farmed, because you should have Dandy at least making these rotations early on. And he's doing that right now. Yeah,
with that haste rune, that helps out a lot. It is Zai, though, which, again, we said, if he is able to just waste a little bit of time of B8, it's going to be worth it. He is level 4, so he's not doing too hot on the old levels here, but, you know, he's living, and he's okay, actually. You know, he's a happy camper, even forcing Dendi back out of the jungle, and Dendi can't even go for that anymore, and that means Dendi wasted time, and Zai didn't even die for it.
I think they didn't have the retaliate stacks on Centaur. If you don't have, you don't go for that kill, and that's pretty much it. But this lane that you talked about earlier, you were questioning it, and I'm beginning to question it myself too. I think at least it's time for this Troll to move to the jungle.
Yeah, move to the jungle. He can take over Ghostic's lane. I don't know, Ghostic is getting a free lane though, and I guess you do want him to be fat and get his core items up to see, you know, if he can make some moves himself, and maybe you want to keep him there for a little while longer. Ooh, Yapster is being kept there for a little while longer with the sun coming out from King R, and that will be a nice, juicy kill for B8, and they really needed that on the troll.
That's also very interesting that this Vengeful should be your position 4 on the side of B8.
Yes.
We'll see how much King R will be able to do with her.
Just some harass. The tri-lane is complete again on the side of B8. It's round 2, it seems.
They already wasted pretty much everything they had in their arsenal, so they should be more careful now when Yapzor respawns.
Yeah, Stampede being used as well because they want to try and catch Matuma Man. With the flame break coming out though, Yapzor might just be able to save him, and that is exactly what happens. Chase is on King R, taking a lot of damage, and Matuma Man with the salve coming back into this fight. Really looking for that kill, but now Matu is the one in trouble again. A little bit overextension. Vengeful Spirit is the one that will end up dead, still burning to Yapzor.
Yeah, it looked like LeBron and the boys, they had their move there to maybe go for the Monkey, but it was Monkey actually baiting them.
Yes. Yeah, that salve helping them out a lot. I actually thought they might be able to get him on the turnaround kill again, but nope, no such luck, and they still managed to kill Vengeful Spirit on the side of Secret. Secret is doing pretty good.
Secret is doing great. On paper, they shouldn't be doing as much as they have been, especially on this bottom lane, because Troll with the missed chance, in general, in a tri-lane, should do better versus Monkey. So far, that hasn't been the case.
Nope. We see the Monkey King actually on top of last hits in the knives. Centaur is a close second though. I am actually feeling like this game, the longer this laning stage like this goes on, the more pressure we're going to see put on Ghostic's shoulders, because he is the one to have to carry his game through to a point where Troll is actually able to take over for him. No, Zai. Does he actually live and get the courier? Yes, he does. Yeah, yes, he does. This is the second time he killed Ghostic's courier also.
That's sad. Yeah. I mean, he isn't really finding a lot of farm on this top lane, but he still has 40 CS. He killed that courier. He died once, right? So far, he's completely fine with that lane.
Yeah. We do have a rotation from Dendi, seeing they still chase around Zai in the jungle. The Dream Coil being used for that as well. Zai, again, will try to just last as long as he can, and he lives once again. Another silence coming out, but he's so speedy. Stampede coming out to try and secure this kill, and they will get it, but that was a Stampede, and it was a Dream Coil, and so much time on these guys.
So many rotations. Pio as well there had to zone them away from Zai, so he was wasting his time.
Matuma Man has to be so careful here. He does realize that he would be outnumbered if he goes for that. Oh, did that actually catch him? It did catch him, but it's too late to go for him. And he will be out. He will be safe.
Then he's rotating here too now. Yeah, he's gonna go back mid.
Yeah. When are we gonna think Nisha is gonna move around? Because he's just been sitting on the lane.
It all depends on his item progression, the way he opts to build this OD. Like, we have seen some players go for the Aghanim's, we have seen some players go for the right click damage still. That's a good stun.
It's a great stun. Ghostic actually did rotate to the bottom lane for this. They're 4 here. They're really looking for at least a support kill, maybe more. And actually, Matuma Man, he is going in for this. He is fighting for this one, and he'll be able to get at least a Vengeful Spirit. Yapster was also able to live with Ghostic, not able to claim his life under the tower. And now Ghostic being put under by Nisha, just saving him. We're saving him. He's trying to get him. Can't. Oh, he didn't get him. He tried real hard, but can't get it anymore. And Matuma Man is trying real hard for LeBron here. He'll get some help from Yapster and the center from Puppey, and he will claim another kill. 3 kills now on Matuma Man in total, and it's getting a little bit grim because we see BA try for these movements. We see them like try for kills here and there, but they're just
maybe
like so close every time.
So close.
Like every time they come so close and then they can't get their target, and that just results in a lot of time wasted.
I mean, one of the reasons why it happens is because if you notice, Shiver, they dove that Monkey on the bottom lane, or the Batrider, but they didn't have their spells. They wasted it on Zai. And that's where Zai is, like, now he might even get this duel here.
Yep.
This is why this player is so amazing, why they value him so much. If you're a standard 3K pleb, you're watching Zai, he's feeding, you're like, this guy is no different than me. But he knows when to waste time. He knows when to go in for these maneuvers that waste Dream Call from Puck, that waste Stampede. Instantly they fight on the bottom lane. They don't have two big spells, and you take a clean fight for yourself.
Yeah, this is you can feel the frustration on the side of B8, and you can also feel the relaxation on the side of Secret, because they don't try to really make moves. Sure, they'll take the kills as they come towards them, but they're not really making too many plays themselves. Like Puppy is still sticking around bottom, Yapsor is just still getting as much farm as he can, and sure, Zai is doing Zai things, but there's no real let's group up and push a tower. There's no objectives taking just yet.
It's not necessary for them. I believe they won the laning stage quite convincingly. Centaur did do alright, but even that is changing now because he was forced to rotate bottom. I think the most important thing for Secret is to have a really tanky, really beefy, farmed up Monkey King, and they've managed to do that. They've managed to farm quite a lot.
Smoke Gang to try and see if they can kill someone. They found themselves Puppy. He's gonna try to run away. He still has 20 stick charges and a Hand of God. Stick charges used, Stampede also used to try and chase down this Chen, and they will get him. Hand of God not even used, and he just got the mech delivered as well. He realized he was dead, but that's 4 heroes and a Stampede again for 1 support on the side of Secret. It's not enough. B8 needs to get more.
It is a little bit worth it because you also get the tier 1 on the bottom lane. You free up the map. You're now attacking the tier 1 on the mid lane. So strategically, that kill is pretty decent, but you lost the tier 1. The same on the top lane. The same thing just happened. They mirrored your movement. And for Secret, you're fine with this. You're fine with these trades.
Yeah, they do get some wards down in the jungle as well. Ghostic being saved here by LeBron. The chase is on from Yapsor. He really wants it. Yapsor, by the way, what do you think of this build? No lasso at level 7.
Yeah, he's completely in the jungle, right? He's just farming away. Also,
the jungle is no longer a safe place on this dire triangle, though. Swap into safety. Double damage. Rune can't get that one. Can't deny it from his enemies, and it will be Nisha that takes that kill.
Yeah, what does Kingar have so far on his Vengeful Spirit? How has he itemized? Not a lot. And the Omni Knight, I wonder which one of these two is... So, if you look at these two supports on the side of B8, you don't know who's position 4, who's 5, because they're both so poor.
Yes, they really are. Wukong's command coming out here for Secret with the hammer drop by Nisha. 2 kills go in the way of Secret and a tier 1 tower to boot. Dandy will still play a little bit there with Nisha, but will make it out safe.
This is just looking so surgical from the side of Secret. They're just doing these movements that look flawless, and also they look like they aren't putting any effort into them. They're just moving across the map, getting kills, taking objectives. Dandy does manage to get out.
Yep, I'm not sure for how long though, because the teleport out is gonna get interrupted. Yeah. I mean, it's looking pretty rough at this point, you know. As you said, it feels surgical, and it just feels like ever since 2 minutes ago or something, since Secret started pushing on that mid tower, they've got this plan of taking objectives, and they haven't really been stopped. It's just been smooth sailing. Maybe this smoke gank will make something happen for B8 though, because they need something to hold Secret back, even if it's just, in their movements.
Yeah, but it's just so slow. You see it, PO even goes back to jungling.
Yeah.
He understands we're not catching Nisha on top lane. That boat has sailed already. Puck died a minute ago.
Yeah.
You had to respond instantly to that. I think one big issue for B8 is that they have this troll versus monkey matchup. Even though on the lane you might be good with twirling axes, Matu is infinitely more active after the laning stage, if he has a good time, and he did.
Yeah, he did have a great time. Okay, so we know Secret is ahead in this game right now. B8, they're with their backs against the wall, but... you're not out yet. It's a game of Dota 2. There's always a way to come back. We've seen it many times before. No way to come back for... Well, maybe. Matuma, man, he's fine, actually. So what does B8 need to do? How are they going to get back into this game?
If they somehow manage to control Zai during these fights and take out Matu... It's so hard to say it. I'm trying to make a point in which B8 has a chance in these fights, but they're going to be very difficult for them because there's... You mentioned it during the draft. There's layers on layers of defensive abilities on the side of Secret. If they do silence Zai's Legion so that he cannot use his Purge, there's always OD with the Astral Imprisonment. So their teamfights have to be pretty much flawless.
They really do need to be. I think maybe flawless, it would be really great if their team fight is flawless, but they do need some flaws on the side of Secret to work with as well, because maybe a flawless team fight from B8 at the moment
isn't enough.
Not enough, yeah. I mean, what's their combo like? Like, what's their Rumbo combo like? You got the Dream Coil and the Stampede. You swap someone into the Dream Coil snap. You kill that person off, and it kind of has to be the Chen, I guess, with the most heals.
You pretty much have that Dream Coil into swap, but if you don't kill Chen, he's gonna heal everyone up. If you go for Chen, there's Astral Imprisonment as well to save them. Yeah. So you need to catch them out of position, and also you need to be really quick with your spells.
At the moment, it looks like the goal of B8 is to delay, waste time. Ooh, LeBron, he is not able to help his team delay because he just died so fast. But we do have Ghostic. He's cutting the creep wave, making sure that there's no wave pushing into the tier 2, because they just need to, this is what they need to do, right? Protect their towers by creep cutting, because they cannot fight, so they have to work the map in other ways.
They have to exactly do that somehow, but...
Ooh, right? Maybe they can kill off Puppey here. Indeed they can. That is a really good kill by B8. Maybe they can use this, get something off the back of it. What do you think?
You have 20 seconds to at least move across the map. Maybe catch Nisha here.
Yeah, with the Stampede, Nisha is giving them the old runaway, getting swapped back in it though, and everybody is here from Secret, apart from that Chen, but it might not be needed for the Chen to be there with Nisha and the hammer. That is already 2 cores dropping on the side of B8, and Vengeful Spirit to boot. Yeah, that is 3 cores and a Vengeful Spirit to boot. That is only one living is the Omni Knight. And
you baited them, Shiver. You asked them, like, what can you do now?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, and then, well, you said they've got 20 seconds to do something, and instantly, all right, 20 seconds, we're going to Stampede in. By the way, what do you think of the Omni Knight build? I don't believe he's going for Guardian Angel. Is he not getting Guardian Angel?
No Guardian Angel. I guess versus OD it makes a little bit of sense, but versus Legion it doesn't, versus Monkey it doesn't.
You kind of want to be able to do that in the... I thought it was like a counter towards the Wukong's command phase,
It should be good for you, but also Heavenly's Grace is definitely very valuable in this particular matchup.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why, but still your ulti is just good. I think maybe you should have taken it.
Yeah, at least, we do have Yapsor, of course, now with the ultimate, as we have been moved into a lot more map control / fighting from Secret side. They're really looking for it now, looking for openings. LeBron, he thought he could maybe sneak in an outpost. No such luck there. Yapsor actually giving him the chase with Matuma Man jumping forward. Then there it is. Guardian Angel helping him out. He's still burning a little bit, but he'll be okay. Yapsor might not be okay. With the stun coming out, Ghostic looking for that hoof stomp. Gets it with the swap into him, and that is a good kill. Oh, that is also a good kill. I know Zai. Ooh, I do love that. Like Heavenly Grace with the jewel, like the no jewel damage for Zai in that one. He still dies, sure. In the meantime, Ghostic tries to get away with the Stampede. That's not going to happen. This is the 3 cores of Secret, chasing you down. You cannot live from that.
The only reason he was even able to get that far is because Nisha opted to go for a different build, going for that axe. He went for Force, now Pike at Aegis, so he doesn't have that reach to just imprison you from anywhere.
Yeah, the comparison of the 2 mids, it's not a pretty sight for all the B8 fans out there.
Especially because in this matchup, you expect Puck to be the one making work.
Yeah. Yeah, Pio is not, like, he can pop his ultimate and maybe do something with that, but it's, like you said during the draft, there's an OD in the game. You put him under and he'll just die afterwards. There is, like, that is going to happen every time until he has a BKB. And the BKB is far away, I believe, so... Yeah, pretty far away, actually.
Has Maelstrom and Mithril Hammer, that's not enough for now.
No.
Also, I love Yapsor's build. Overall, he went for that Yules. After the Yules, he also has a neutral item, has the clumsy net. It's so good for him. He has multiple ways of catching targets. And
yeah, speaking of catching targets, it even counts still as a double kill. It's 20-6. We're 21 minutes into the game, but it's starting to look like Secret is about done to, or ready rather, to go high ground. Done with the rest of the map for now. Still got that Aegis, so it's like, yeah, let's go.
You have Chen, you have so many heals, that Aegis that you just mentioned.
Yeah.
Nothing stopping them, Puck still dead. You still have to be careful about the swap, right? They can still swap you into the tier 4s, but
so many saves. Yeah. Like even the swaps is not gonna kill you. I think, you know, you got the Hand of God to allow some time for your team to get into position to save you. Hand of God does come out. There it is, and the mech and everything. And it is Troll that dies. Okay, it's everybody that dies, with LeBron the only one left alive there, taunting his way to the fountain. It's just at this point.
Yeah, at this
it's
point
rough.
It looks like game.
I mean, it looks like game. You never want to call it before a team calls it, because as long as a team believes they can still have a chance, then there is a chance, right? It was a different Na'Vi, but it was Na'Vi at some point that had a 99% chance of losing, and they ended up winning still in a game, I believe in Jakarta at some point 2 years ago. But you know, there's always a chance. At this point, though. Is there?
There was that game at the major as well.
Yes, there was.
I believe it was
Virtus Pro Liquid.
Yeah.
Yes, everybody remembers that one too. You know,
there's always the possibility that they might lose connection or drop. I guess.
Just. All right. So, what is the weakness of this draft? Like, what is the pinpoint where if you like, let's say you look back at this game, what is the weak point of Secret's draft that you could have exploited?
I think you should have perhaps won mid a little bit harder with Puck. That matchup should be... I'm not so sure anymore, but I think that matchup, after watching this game, I think it should be favored for Puck, and then maybe perhaps these Puck rotations shouldn't have went the way of Zai, but the bottom lane. Yeah, and if you pressure this Monkey, suddenly you don't have this Monkey King that after the laning stage just completely dominates you, because he is truly their playmaker. Nisha on the OD, he could be satisfied with just farming away. But because he won his lane and Matu won his lane, you suddenly have two cores on the side.
All right, B8, it's time for the last potential fight. Hail Mary, they're going to wrap around. They're going to see if they can make something happen here. They will run into Yapsor first, who flame breaks and blinks out, and now the Secret's out. Like, as in, wow, I didn't mean to make the pun of that, but they know that they're there, so they're going to try to catch someone. You see Matuma Man already hunting. Maybe this. Nice hoof stomp coming in from Ghostic. Where's the damage, though? Where is the damage to take out Secret's lineup? The heals coming out, and with the Guardian Grace already down, Guardian Angel down, LeBron cannot save his teammates anymore. The swaps cannot save anymore, and there is already 4 dead. Dendy is going to be the last one alive, but the GG is called. It's over. 27-6 in the end in favor of Secret. It is a best of 3. And we did say, you know, Secret is the favorite coming in into this series, but they're the favorite coming into the tournament even. So it was going to be always a bad or a tough matchup rather for B8. But lessons, you know, that's what you got to take from them. Lessons learned.
Yeah, fresh from winning the major, definitely B8 is a huge underdog in this game, right? I think they should think about their support a little bit more carefully for this next match. Perhaps think about getting something different than Vengeful plus Omni Knight. It doesn't look like it's completely in the meta, and it looks weak together overall.
It was a rough one, but yeah, maybe... I mean, more saves? Are you going to draft more saves, or do you want to try and take saves away from Secret? Because, yeah, even at the end, you know, you've got like this one fight that you might be able to win if you get like the right setup. But it all relies on if Secret's going to be able to save themselves, which they could every time because of the amount of saves they had. Like, how are you going to control the amount of saves Secret's getting?
They have to figure out something. They have to find... I think if they are getting these saves, perhaps they shouldn't be on both of their supports. You don't need Venge and Omni doing that job.
No.
You need something that's active, something that can create these movements in the early game, and something that perhaps can save.
Yep.
So if Vengeful was 5, you're safe, and then you had a position 4 that can make movements on Yapsor, that would be cool.
All right, that would be cool. We'll see what's going to happen in the second game of the series after the break.
Все эти мгновения затеряются во времени. слезы в дожде. Пришло время умирать.
Welcome back to Tug of War Mad Moon, and we are ready for game number 2 between Secret and Bait. It is Bait. I got corrected. It's not B8, but it is Bait. And Bait needs to do a little bit better than their first game because they are one game behind versus Secret. Lizard, they had some problems during that game. We're going to see how they're going to look to solve it. But I want to start this conversation off by talking about, you know, when you're facing a team that you know is better than you, like, what are your options?
I always return to two things.
Okay.
UI, because I was in this position so many times. Literally 90% of the teams were Goliaths for my team, right? We always struggled. So you either go for this hyper-aggressive playstyle that you kind of catch them off guard, or you go for these cheesy picks.
Okay.
Your meepos, your brood mothers. But the problem for Bait is, I don't know if they have these players. Dandy isn't your Meepo Brood Mother player, right?
He's not.
Same goes for PO65. I think he's your standard run-of-the-mill carry. Jugs, Trolls, I don't know, Voids, so PLs. We'll see what they manage to change. Right now they go with the Ogre.
Yes. You can never go wrong with Ogre. We'll see what level of the Arcana, you know, this Ogre is. You need to play a lot of games to get it to blue, but, you know, we'll see how that goes. But I think, you know, you can't really go wrong. However, you do kind of already know that you need that one carry that will benefit from the Bloodlust. The reason you pick Ogre is Bloodlust, right? That's
usually what it used to be. Like, there was that small period of time in which you would go Ogre offlane, buy Midas, get a lot of utility early on. But you already know that you're playing versus a Monkey King, so that's not really an option. Bloodlust is the way to go for them.
This is an interesting opening regardless on the side of Secret. They just pick up... We know they like to pick Monkey King first phase, but picking up Voice Spirit Monkey King first too, it's like, these are our cores. We're gonna be super mobile, because that's, you know, both of these kind of like fulfill the same role in that case. One is... You can see it as one as being the magical one and one being the physical damage one. But this is... I think that, I mean, this is a very scary opening. How are you going to deal with this aggression already coming from Secret?
No, I completely agree with you. I think these two heroes are very mobile early on, and they can be considered your playmakers. Monkey King, however, can scale a little bit differently. He can opt to go for a different item build.
Yep.
You don't have to go for that echo like he did, and perhaps go for late. Game. Void Spirit in the late game is also pretty scary. I've seen some Daedalus, Solar Crest builds that just obliterate heroes later on. So, yeah, I like the opening from Secret. Yes, you're giving away a lot early on, but Void Spirit is still uncharted territory, right? He's still that hero.
The lack of saves we saw in the previous game. We do have the Leshrac being picked up by bait damage against, it's good against want to BKB anyway. So it's, you're kind of making your case.
10 seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
one thing that Lash does give you though, it's not only about the magical damage that he brings and physical from Edict.
Yeah.
I think that's another thing that they really lacked in that first match. The Centaur that had a really good laning, so maybe if they play around this
For Leshrac then, Leshrac for Dendi, and
active early on can also be pretty good for them. You're playing versus Monkey, necessarily bad bug game. I'm not sure how the matchup, so it could be Dendi favored, but so
we'll see what the rest of their picks are. So if it gives some shape to their heroes in terms of roles. For team here, I guess it's going to be, again, maybe you feel like Yapsor could play Monkey Prophet, but it is...
At position 4, we have seen a lot of players such as Yapsor, a lot of Monkey Kings, so it's an option.
Ooh, a Ghost Stick special. Not a lot of teams pick Brewmaster anymore. What's the reason, and why is that reason not valid in this, or the Monkey in this game?
Void Spirit can be played by Zai as well.
Yes.
It can be your offlane.
True.
Void Spirit can be your offlane Nature's Prophet too. They have a very versatile
I think the
lineup
only
so
thing we can agree on is Io is not a core.
Yeah.
But saying that, we know that, it has been done. Like everybody knows that Anna Io, there's a weird world where Secret could pull that one out. I don't think they will, but you always got to keep that a little bit in the back of your mind.
Yeah, IO has been reworked since then.
That's
a little
true,
bit,
it's
so
true.
Probably isn't as
True.
great because you don't even go for the balls build. You don't go for spirits, but maybe you never say never.
Never say never. That's
Yeah.
a little bit the motto here in terms of who's playing what. But I think, Io support. The only one we can be sure about. Secret is taking into their bonus time. They go into this ban pick phase, as in they ban now and they pick instantly afterwards, meaning they have to kind of anticipate what B8 will pick after their own pick. They ban out the Morphling, so they feel like B8 still needs, or Bait still needs a like a carry, a hard carry that will secure them some late game. And
I think that's safe to say, right?
Yeah.
You're playing. They have Puck, Leshrac, and Brewmaster.
yes,
These three as cores are all right, but not together,
Yes.
perhaps. So you do need a hard carry on the side of Bait, and
10
Morphling would be
seconds
pretty
remaining.
perfect for them.
would have been pretty nice. Nice.
Seconds remaining.
Meepo for Team Secret is still an option. Nisha has been playing a pretty
The clock, but that Nisha Wisp. Okay, Nisha Io. I'm down